Arsenal will certainly remember referee David Hutchinson, who was also the referee on their historic night at Liverpool back on May the 26th. Manchester United kick off. They finished 11th last season in the bottom half of the table for the first time for 15 years since they were relegated, in fact, in 1974. But it's a new era now at the club. Here's Nigel Winterburn for the champions. David Rocastle has made a great run and was a whisker away from giving this match a sensational start. The marking was all over the place, and a glancing header there might have done the trick past Jim Leighton, but Rocastle couldn't make contact. And here's Brian Robson trying to set out the stall for the home side. They were a little uncertain, to say the least, in their defending a moment or two ago. But the captain has earned them a free kick. What a stimulus an early goal for Manchester United would be. It's Blackmore's shot, but flicks away for the corner.
A message from Mr. Trenta, within 8 mid-centre, please go to Central 20. You have your friend's ticket.
Driven in low, and Steve Bruce! The new regime at Manchester United off to a flying start. Inside the second minute. Arsenal were slow to react at the set play. And Steve Bruce really threw himself in. And the ball sped past Lukic. Well, the champions getting an early taste of the difficulties, considerable I'm sure they will be, at defending the title. They're a goal down, and Manchester United really bubbling. But a goal now, after, what, 100 seconds of the new season. Well, Neil Webb appeals for a corner and gets it. There was a challenge when he was actually in the act of shooting. It's a matter for Manchester United to get a real working shape to their new midfield. What they have done is rehearse their set plays well enough. And Arsenal, who are pretty useful in that respect themselves and normally very well disciplined in defending against the likes of Steve Bruce, are really having problems. Caused again by the quality of the ball in from Lee Sharp. Hughes. And Brian Robson has made a terrific run. Kevin Richardson, can he keep him at bay? He couldn't, but Lukic did. At times last season, watchers of Manchester United felt that Brian Robson was reined in a little too much. He's so effective when he springs ahead of the ball. And Lukic made an exceptional save. That's Hughes. This is Lukic, didn't really get there. Did Tony Adams push then? He surely did. A penalty to Manchester United, with Steve Bruce making his presence felt again in the Arsenal penalty area. The captain asked the referee for confirmation, but he knew Lukic wasn't altogether decisive. Then it came off Richardson. Keep your eye on the number 6, Adams. And there he pushes Bruce. Brian McClare for 2-0, and John Lukic, incredibly, saves the penalty. It's his third penalty save on this ground. against United, one when he was playing for Leeds, and this is second for Arsenal, and all three have been at that end of the ground. He said to me before the game, I daren't save them at the Stretford end, but Brian McClare has wasted a great opportunity to really confirm Manchester United's superiority. Lukic made a brilliant save, and while we're talking about that, Tony Adams has gone off and Gus Caesar has come on. Manchester United have the free kick. Mark Hughes lets fly. Welcome back, First Division football. We've missed you. This is electrifying. Hughes connected well. Lukic got a touch as he thrust up an arm. It was a much easier save than the penalty stop. Michael Phelan in plenty of space. The flag is up for offside as Phelan looked to loop it towards the far post. Well, Arsenal had to make the change involving Tony Adams because the captain arrived at the ground feeling unwell and certainly wasn't feeling any better when a penalty was awarded against him. Alan Smith's up well. Gus Caesar is moving towards the drop of the ball, but Mike Duxbury got there first. In his testimonial year, and few players have deserved a testimonial more than the loyal Mike Duxbury, who has put his club before his own personal career many times in the past. And a goal! David Rocastle. Arsenal give another twist to this captivating plot. Jim Leighton's turn to reflect, and we've had a goal aside from a corner kick routine, and that puts the penalty missed by McClare into somewhat sharper relief. 22 minutes gone. Manchester United won, Arsenal won. And David Rocastle, whose own memories of this ground include being sent off here in 1987, has now a much happier experience at Old Trafford. Phelan, Webb, taking the outside route. It's a great cross. Lee Sharp. And there's all sorts of things going on with O'Leary and Hughes after the ball had gone. There is a history of unhappiness in matches between these two great clubs. David O'Leary doesn't rile easily. Now, watch for Hughes, who went in with a foot raised but appeared to try and play the ball. O'Leary then bundled into Hughes and was quite happy to let Hughes know that he was around, and then maybe trod on Mark Hughes as well. How intentional that was, the referee must decide, even if he saw it. Well, the notebook is out. Lukic is out of his goal to try and help calm things down. The card is yellow to Hughes and to O'Leary. Well, it's now to add to the considerable number of events we've had in this first half that are worth taking note of. We've got an injured referee. So, John Richardson replaces David Hutchinson. Paul Dalton will be the substitute linesman. Mason's overhit Richardson. deflected off Hughes, who got a blow around the jaw from the ball. That's got him shaking his head a little ruefully. It was from the ball, I stress. Robson trying to sneak forward undetected. It's harder and harder for him to do that, even though he got to the ball first. Well, the first half with so much to talk about. Steve Bruce with a great start for Manchester United, a goal after 100 seconds. John Lukic kept Arsenal afloat with his third penalty save on this ground, and David Rocastle gave Arsenal an equaliser, another goal from a corner after 21 minutes. We've even lost the match referee as well. At half-time at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United 1, Arsenal 1. The Manchester United penalty miss will bring back memories for Brian McClair, unhappy memories. He, you might recall, a couple of years ago missed a last-minute penalty in a cup tie at Highbury. On that occasion, he blasted it over the top, if memory serves me right. But he's joined the list now, which includes Jimmy Nicholl and Norman Whiteside, of Manchester United penalty takers who've been denied by John Lukic. Here's Phelan. Manchester United really have to start all over again, and some of the buoyancy produced by the early goal understandably evaporated over the second part of the second half, but they're attacking the Stretford end. Bruce can steer it back across goal here, but Lukic was able to read the angle of the header. But Arsenal will be a little annoyed then. Remember, they were caught out early in the first half by Bruce's goal, and now the same player in a position to set up a second for Manchester United. Lukic made sure he didn't. And it's certainly a crash course in experience for John Richardson. David Hutchinson confirmed as having a pulled calf muscle. Oh, and Marwood was uncertain as to whether the ball might have ran on for him then. Hughes pressed back. Oh, and it was an attempted back pass that's broken for Smith. And great recovery for Manchester United by Mal Donaghy. He really doesn't always get the credit that his career has deserved, the quietly spoken Northern Islander. And Mark Hughes, the Welshman, would be particularly happy that Donaghy did his stuff then to stop Smith from getting a shot on target. But it is a corner to Arsenal. Leighton might have caught that, thought better of it. And Smith determined to make an impact after being substituted in the Charity Shield when Glenn Hussein had a particularly effective game against him. Manchester United looking to come again here with Duxbury. Hughes, that's a great turn, Mark Hughes! A rasping shot past Lukic, but it was the twist, the spin that made the goal possible. He lost O'Leary, and it went under the goalkeeper. Very difficult for goalkeepers to drop when they come there. Manchester United are back in front. And last season's Player of the Year is at the moment this season's hero for the Manchester United supporters. 2-1, 17 minutes into the second half. So Arsenal are behind for the second time. It wasn't an experience that they felt in 3 games against Manchester United last season. Well, it looked over the back end of last season that Hughes and McClair felt the pressure of the responsibility of goal scoring that was really just upon their shoulders alone. And I think the break will have done Hughes good. It certainly looked that way when he whipped past O'Leary and left Lukic picking the ball out of the net. Duxbury had plotted the trajectory well, but Phelan wanted too long as Winterburn came in. Clare hoping that he could take it on the burst. Blackmore, and Hughes was free. McClare, Lukic parries, it's Hughes with the rebound, and Lukic has recovered. At a time when a third goal would finish even a team of such resolve as Arsenal. Brian McClare would like to wipe out the miss of the memory of the penalty miss, but Lukic stopped him, and the goalkeeper was thinking sharply too, and the ball came back from Hughes. But on the Stretford end, they're loving this. Caesar, and Hughes doing his work in making Caesar play it back. Smith, can he take it first time? He does! And that's really been Arsenal's best moment since they went 2-1 down. One long ball catching Manchester United short of concentration at the back. And Smith got it past Leighton, but a yard or so past the post. Michael Knighton watching with total concentration, and as a football man, realising, I'm sure, that the job isn't done yet in this opening game, but things could have gone a lot worse. Webb. Neil Webb with a classic volley to embroider his first league game for Manchester United. And with just over 10 minutes remaining, this really should shore up the 3 points on a very big day for the club. So sweetly struck. And that is international class. That's what Manchester United have paid £1.5 million for. Manchester United 3, Arsenal 1, and the ground in hubbub. It was a superlative strike. Not just in the execution, but in the belief that he had the ability to take the shot so quickly, and that's what caught Lukic out. Well, players have come to Manchester United in the past with international pedigrees and reputations, but you still have to do it in this famous red shirt. And Webb has made a very exciting start. The change for Arsenal now is Perry Groves coming on for Paul Merson. Hughes. Phelan. Arsenal could lose here by an increasing number. They are now 4-1 down. Brian McClare. The goals won't necessarily tell the story of the game, but the United supporters do not care about that. They came at a trickle through most of last season, but they're coming as a flood now and against the champions themselves. McClare made a mess of the penalty, but not with the left foot shot high into the top corner. Against the side which really won the championship through their away performances. And McClare will be delighted to be on the list of scorers. He's playing his 100th consecutive game for Manchester United, and in that time his total of goals has now reached 49. Well, proceedings started here with the new owner of the club coming onto the pitch. It's surely going to end in complete uproar in celebration of the team's performance, particularly their ability to take the chances. Manchester United, after the disappointments of last season, have really prospered in the Old Trafford sunshine. A most eventful week for Manchester United has a perfect ending. They've beaten the champions by 4-1. Mark Hughes with a moment of inspiration, really the turning point to make it 2-1, 17 minutes into the second half. Neil Webb with a superb volley. No wonder he beamed at the end of it all. And Brian McClair rounding it off with the fourth, making up for his first half penalty miss. The mood seemed to have been set by Steve Bruce in the second minute of the game, giving Manchester United the lead. But David Rocastle did equalise amidst a welter of activity on the field. One performance doesn't make a season, but on the evidence of 90 minutes, Manchester United have plenty to look forward to, and Arsenal have got a lot of hard thinking to do.